Active Literacy Stage 1 Writing. This presentation aims to provide an overview of writing for Primary 1. Further information and guidance can be found in Booklet 3 of the Active Literacy Pack for Stage 1. Key principles for teaching writing in Primary 1 are to have fun with writing. We want our children to develop a positive attitude towards writing, for them to see themselves as writers, to have daily opportunities for writing, different purposes and in different cross-curricular contexts, to have regular opportunities to write at a consistent standard, not just in the taught lesson. Still to have taught lessons to aid understanding and the development of writing skills to improve composition and grammar in a variety of forms, narrative, recount and reports, and to have regular opportunities to see and discuss the writer's craft skills and to help pupils use these techniques in their own writing. Children generally write before they speak, and one of the major understandings that children need to gain is that their writing has to stand alone if it is to make sense to the reader. Through teacher modelling of concepts, skills and strategies, the children should then follow the explicit teaching of the specific elements of the lesson. Children need to be taught narrative story structures which contain an opening which will interest the reader, creation of real action with excitement and tension, dialogue which builds understanding of character, and also exciting endings. It is important that they are taught to write in different genres for other curriculum areas, report writing in comparison to a recount. Other genres for writing at Primary 1 are persuasion, information, recount and instructions. Explanation writing is not included at Stage 1 as it is too complicated, but this is added in at the P23 stage pack. The taught lesson at Primary 1 should be linked to as many active or real experiences as possible. It should be chunked into different sections of preparation, context and writing, and it should involve real experiences that the children have had maybe in class, visitors to the class, things that the children may have, visits outside the classroom, and things that the pupils have made or done independently. They should also be linked to the children's experiences, feelings, reactions that the teacher has developed through storytelling, story reading, drama, and the environment. Further information on these areas can be found on pages 23, 35, 45, and 56 of Booklet 3. The North Lanarkshire Pack recommends the 3-jotter approach to writing. Stage 1 is preparing to write, and this context must be built on and experienced in cross-curricular lessons and at other times other than the writing lesson. Children need to have been engaged in the writing context through drama, pupils creating and imagining experiences using objects inside and outside the classroom, music as a stimulus, storybooks, puppets, characters, quality novels, personal experiences, or experiences set up by the teacher. Success criteria for writing should be shared with the children before they start to write. It is suggested that you use a large A4 jotter where the left-hand page is blank and the right-hand page, the top half is blank and the bottom half is lined with rules of approximately 3 centimetres apart. On the top part of the left-hand page, you should attach the targets when the pupil is ready. Underneath this, on the bottom part of the left-hand page, you should attach the pupil's assessment. On the right-hand page, the blank part is where the pupils will illustrate their writing, and the bottom part of the right-hand page is for the children's story writing. Before starting writing, you need to have all your resources organised and ready. It is suggested that the pupils have access to a range of different resources as listed here. Success criteria examples are listed on page 26 of Booklet 3. The writing process, Stage 2, is where the children are involved in the writing of their ideas. They will write them in short chunks in order to enable them to check and remember their targets and read their own writing and then check it to make any improvements. Stage 3 of the writing process. At this stage of the writing, the children involved in reading their own writing, maybe being involved in self or peer assessment. Identifying what has been successful in their writing and why is important, and also then checking to see they have addressed their targets and listening to the teacher's oral feedback. At stage 4, the teacher will work alongside the pupil to give helpful comments on the piece of writing. The teacher should comment on the core targets and the writing targets, as well as the next steps. Publishing several pieces of writing using ICT skills and sharing these in school also takes place at stage 4. There should be regular identification and celebrating of writing through, for example, star writers. There should be weekly star writers and evidence of this on the classroom wall. It is also suggested that there are termly star writers certificates issued and that writing is showcased during assembly times. Examples of a range of writing across a range of genres can be found on pages 96 to 117 of booklet 3.